Queen Galfrey, Lord Hawkblade. Yeah, first loot. Don't mind me, Queen. Oh, I could have used the Quartermaster to sell stuff. Are we encumbered? Ah, we are, but that's also because we're just alone. Let's just sell all stuff before we go talk to the Queen. Why is he doing that? What is that? We can talk about the wine! You supply would do any wine shop proud. Does the Crusader actually need that much alcohol? Wilson smiles shyly. Don't think I'm trying to encourage drunkenness among our Crusaders. It's all in good fun, a way to blow off some steam. When soldiers can gather by the fire and raise up a cup to honor both the lives, the living and the dead, it reminds them that life goes on. But those who drink to excess or the detriment of their duties won't get a drop from me. There's no sight more depressing than a drunkard. Okay. Look, just all the useless stuff is already £12 and 600. I don't think we need a great axe. It has kind of rhythm to it if you sell lots of stuff. Warhammer. Did someone say Warhammer? Ah, the new game by Allcat, it looks so nice. Actually, if you want me to stream that maybe in the future, I currently got a poll up on YouTube, so can head over there and vote if you want to. Or if you want to, I don't know, not want me to stream that, you can also say that in the poll there. So yeah, but it's just about the next game. I won't drop this game or anything, don't worry. Melody, flail. Alright. Okay. Now we are a bit richer. The Queen is expecting you, Knight Commander, so I shall not detain you. We can talk later, after our sovereign departs. Right, I think
Can't make the demons wait.
that sounds like talking to the Queen. Or do we talk to everyone else before that? Nura. Happy to help the cause, Commander. Leota Hawkblade. My respects, Commander. I hope you will be able to spare me some time after all the formalities. So we have more talking after talking. Sosiel. It's good to meet you, Commander. Queen Galfrey. The Queen greets you with a stare. She has dropped the pompous air with which she just announced the Fifth Crusade. The face of the ruler of Mendev appears calm and thoughtful. She has made her move, and now awaits her opponent's reply.
Commander, I'm satisfied with the troop review, but I do not expect they will be sufficient for the task. You will have to prove yourself a shrewd leader and hire the necessary troops with the provided funds.
She gets quickly to the point.
I have chosen a target for your campaign, and that target is Dresden, our lost outpost within the Worldwound. The Sword of Valor was kept there, a banner that was once carried by iomedae herself. Our greatest relic was lost when the city fell. I should make one thing clear from the start.
Very
the
interesting.
Sword of Valor is no mere symbol, but a powerful weapon against demons. The holiness of the banner weakens them and robs them of one of their most dangerous abilities, teleportation.
Yeah, if you remember, that's part of how Dresden got captured in the first place, cause Stormvane removed the Sword of Valor.
A forced march to Dresden awaits you. The Sword of Valor is kept somewhere within the Citadel. The demons probably think it's a hunting trophy. Its recovery is just as important as retaking the city itself. I hope the task is clear. I'm sending 2 specialists to help you, along with the soldiers. A historian, Nura Denduar, and a cleric, Sosiel Bainik.
The Queen nods to the human man and the young halfling woman standing next to her. I wonder if you could be... I don't remember the options. But like, how you could react if you don't want to lead the crusade. What would happen then?
One of the famous inquisitors of the Church of iomedae also wants to talk to you. The Honorable Leota, whom everyone calls Hawkblade.
Leota. We're just gonna call him Hawkblade too.
I do not wish to keep you, Commander. The matter I must discuss with you is extremely important, but it is not directly related to the Crusade. You no doubt wish to meet your new comrades and speak with Her Majesty. Therefore, I shall leave you now, but I ask that you seek me out in the camp at your earliest convenience.
Hi! Listen, it's amazing here. It's like I'm in a ballad. There's knights in shining armor, deadly dangers, glorious feats. We are going to show those demons. I'm so tired of sitting in a library reading books about history. It's time I took part in it.
I like her.
I'm glad to help our cause, Commander. If you have some time later, I'd like to speak with you further.
He's the Cleric of Shelyn. Yeah, Shelyn, the goddess of beauty. You see the symbol? It's really nice. With the rainbow tail. I think, I don't know, can you see it? It's actually there. Yeah, it's very small, but you should be able to see it. I burned it on wood and colored it, because I like it very much.
You'll have plenty of time to talk. You're the Knight Commander's people now, his trusted advisors and companions. Now then, will you please leave us? Irabeth, you can go too.
Wow. So, what does she want to say to us in person? When we met at the Defender's Heart, I've never imagined you'd make me the commander of the new crusade.
Some actions may be deemed bold, or even extreme, and beyond those, there are some you might call the Queen's last resort. I am not a simple monarch. I am at war with the Abyss, a war which has lasted over 100 years. I cannot allow myself the luxury of caution. In you, I see a chance, and I am willing to stake everything on it.
No pressure, though.
However, you cannot blame me for putting you in charge of the crusade. I only formalized what had already happened in the hearts and minds of many. People spoke of the power that descended upon you and helped you save the Wardstones from corruption and total destruction. Word of this feat quickly spread far beyond the borders of Mendev. There was no other person who could better fit the role of Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
I actually have some questions about my mission to retake Dresden.
Of course. I shall answer.
Oh, it's so nice that it's voiced. I know, by the way, that I sometimes complain about there being so little voiced. And I mean, relatively, there's lots of unvoiced content, but I mean, in numbers, there's a lot of voice lines. No, there are lots of voiced lines, so there are lots of voice lines. And I think that's still commendable. I just like sometimes to whine about me having to read so much, cause yeah. But especially like you have just so much text. How exactly did the demons manage to conquer Dresden?
That's a good question. Its walls were built by dwarf craftsmen, and the power of the Sword of Valor protected the city. Alas, where raging hordes failed, a single lying tongue was all they needed to succeed. The demoness Minago convinced a young and ambitious crusader named Staunton Vane that the banner belonged on the battlefield. He went on a daring and unapproved raid, and the banner ended up in the enemy's hands. The city fell soon after. Ever since then, for 7 decades, it has served as a citadel for the forces of the Abyss.
Staunton Vane, yeah, I saw him at the Grey Garrison. Defected to the demon side.
Oh really? I wasn't informed of this.
Galfrey
After
frowns.
Dresden fell because of Staunton, he was nearly sentenced to death. He deserved it. In wartime, men are hanged for far less. But you have no idea what a terrible sight it is. A raging crowd of Crusaders baying for blood. Never have my fighters looked so much like the demons we are fighting. I commuted Staunton's sentence and stripped him of his rank. Not just for him, but for my army and my country. We are not Hell Knights. We do not maintain discipline with public executions.
Hell Knights. The Hell Knights are a collection of knightly orders with a unique focus on the promulgation of law. Sounds like we would get along greatly. Unlike paladins, they are interested less in social good and charity than in the foundation and stringent maintenance of order at all costs. If people cannot be trusted to obey the law out of their own sense of civility and social righteousness, Hell Knights provide their need to obey out of fear of a master's stern hand. Many options what to think about Staunton Vane. What's your opinion? What would you have done to him? Would you have executed him? Would you have acted like Queen Galfrey? Would you have done what Logan would have done? You should have exiled him, let him go wherever he wanted. That way he would have either changed his life to the better, or realized he had no one to blame but himself.
Perhaps exile would have been a more merciful sentence than decades of service among those who despised him. I was hoping he might atone for his guilt with a heroic act, but he likely decided that atonement was impossible, and he might as well give himself over to evil.
I mean, maybe I'm naive, but I think at least he tried. I mean, of course, in the end, he gave in to the demons, and I don't want to excuse that, but, like 70 years he served. And apparently he didn't serve badly, because otherwise he wouldn't be in the Condemned anymore. What forces are at my disposal?
Everyone we saw today at the parade. First among them, the Eagle Watch, who
Yay.
remain a powerful force thanks to Irabeth's resourcefulness. Also marching with you are several minor knightly orders, as the minor volunteer units like to be called. And finally, I have personally selected some recruits from Nerosian. They have little in the way of battle experience, but great determination and a thirst to prove themselves. I've always thought that an army benefits from at least one such unit. These forces, as I said, are not enough for a march on Dresden. You will have to hire additional troops with the funds that have been provided to you. But for a brave commander, and I hope you are one, that is just the beginning. If you retake Dresden, recover the holy power of the Sword of Valor, and gain a foothold in the region, then new armies will join under your banner. The Fifth Crusade is only beginning. Many battles and victories lie ahead.
I'm very excited to see how it goes. Especially how it would go if you would play evil. Like, what would you do with the Crusade? Or if you play the demon path. That sounds very intriguing. It's been decades and no one has managed to retake the city. Why do you think we are different?
We have a chance now that we haven't seen in decades. But it's more than that. You created this chance for us by foiling the demon's plans in Kenabres.
I feel a bit
The
used.
army who attacked the city came straight from Dresden. Demon hordes from the Abyss are usually encamped there, but many of them perished on the streets of Kenabres. We must attack swiftly before they can restore their forces. When the city is free and the Sword of Valor appears before our soldiers, they won't be sending in any more reinforcements. Demons cannot teleport into an area protected by the banner of the goddess.
What about long-term goals? Do you know how to get rid of the Worldwound forever?
Now you are talking like a real knight commander.
Bit overambitious.
However, answering your question is not easy. To win this war, we must bar the demon's way. There are a few planar rifts leading to the Abyss across the territory we call the Worldwound. The best specialists we could find have tried to close them on separate occasions, with no success, as you may have guessed. The Worldwound is more than just a chain of portals to the Abyss. We do not understand its nature yet. The methods of rift closure known to magical science simply do not work here. However, we have a hypothesis, and a rather well-grounded one, that we must begin at the source of the problem, the place where the Worldwound was opened. The main rift lies through the city of Iz and the Threshold Fortress, deep in the former lands of Sarkorian. We have never managed to fight our way so far and gain a foothold to allow the mages to explore the origins of the Worldwound. So, the next step, after you succeed in Dresden, is an offensive push deeper into the Worldwound, with the aim of reaching Threshold, the very threshold of the Abyss.
Alright, I've no more questions.
Wonderful.
Did you know that the souls of angels from heaven are confined in the Wardstones?
I had guessed as much. Many angels fought alongside us in the First Crusade. Heaven was unable to mobilize its full might to aid us, but individual Celestials volunteered to fight for our cause. Then one day, they all vanished, saying that they were setting off on an important mission. Not long after, Iomedae's herald erected the first wardstone in Kenabres, and then the others in cities across Mendev. Even back then, I had nagging doubts, but my faith in Iomedae easily assuaged them. It is for us to serve the goddess after all, not to question her works. Nevertheless, I am pleased that you solved the mystery of the wardstone in Kenabres, and were able to save this gift of Iomedae. It was a deed worthy of a knight commander of the Fifth Crusade.
I'm wondering what her agenda is. What are her motives, her aims? What's she thinking? Why is she putting us there? Is she truly telling us everything? I don't think so. The Queen softly inclines her head in solemn acknowledgement of your service. You should also know I've received an unusual gift in the caves beneath Kenabres. In a vision I saw the death of an angel called Lariel. Somehow he was able to grant me the ability to reveal the light of heavens.
Lariel. I knew him. He disappeared shortly before the Worldwound grew, and Dresden fell into the enemy's hands. In the chaos, we had more important concerns than investigating the fate of a single angel. Even one so righteous and beloved as Lariel. And afterward, matters took a turn for the worse. The angels left us to go on this special mission. It is so strange to hear the names I used to hear when I was young, like getting a message from the past. It is sad news, but it brings me back to the times when we strongly believed in our victory, and we rushed headlong toward it without fear. Could it be that such times have come again?
Would be nice. A smile, kind and sad, crosses the Queen's face. What exactly are you going to do?
Overlooking a spot of insubordination just at the moment. However, I shall answer you. I shall prepare the defenses at Nerosian and all the other border cities and plan the future of the Fifth Crusade. Does that satisfy your curiosity, Knight Commander?
Galfrey arcs a brow. It would be very interesting to see what exactly the locked path would be. Maybe I just should have accepted the Aeon. Well. Do I want her in the Crusade? I mean, surely it doesn't hurt. I'm a bit torn, because I think I, as in Logan, have both reasons to ask her that and reasons against it. Because, like, she has some power and also prestige and wealth we could use, so as an asset. But also, if she's there, she can control us more. Nah. Thank you for your reply.
Of course.
The task is clear.
Splendid. Ah, yes. We have one final matter to attend to. It should be rather enjoyable.
The Queen gives you an impish wink.
Count, there you are. You received my instruction?
Is she going to force him to help us?
I did, though I did not have time to read the thing before I was dragged before your majesty. In truth, I was readying myself to depart.
No matter. I trust you will forgive your sovereign for the rather brusque summons, especially when you learn what prompted it. As you are aware, he has recently been appointed my Knight Commander of the 5th Crusade. I spent a long while pondering whom to appoint to the highly sensitive post of Commander's Field Attaché and Advisor Plenipotentiary without portfolio. Congratulations, Count.
Ah, I love it. Especially masking this as an honor. The Queen makes a stately gesture in your direction.
It is a great honor, I suppose.
Darren's cool expression wavers, but he seems not to be fully cognizant of what is happening. That, or he's holding himself tightly in check. What a wonderful gesture, Your Majesty! I imagine our dear Khan would have been inconsolable if you hadn't given him this chance to serve the common cause.
I knew you would approve, Commander.
The Queen bestows a smile on you, then brings her gaze to rest on Darren once more.
I had my doubts about whether you were ready for such a responsibility, Count, but your conduct in Kenabres has put my mind at ease. So, you will travel with the troops to Dresden. Only the commander may remove you from your post, but I trust that you will dutifully fulfill his orders and make a good showing of yourself. Especially since word of your appointment, Count, will reach the court at any moment. All of Mendev's nobility will be following your successes in service to the nation, including all of your devoted admirers. I even heard that one bard with whom you are particularly friendly has already begun composing a ballad to honor your heroic participation in the Crusade and your faithful service to the commander here.
Truly knows no bounds, dear cousin. I am most gratified by the honor you have shown me.
The Count offers a bow, either as a sign of respect or in order to hide his flushed face. Only the barest quaver can be heard in his voice.
Then let's get going. May iomedae help us.
Hee hee. Okay. Right, Anivia. Anivia sweeps an inquisitive glance over you. So tell me straight, how did that brawl at the Grey Garrison end? I heard the rumors, of course. That's kind of my job, you know, to listen. You have no idea what cobblers or Crusaders say about you. Some say that iomedae came to you and appointed you her herald. Others say you died, and an honest-to-God's angel is now leading the army disguised as you. Interesting rumor. Still others say it was just an explosion at an alchemist's lab, and I'm the one spreading rumors about your powers. I wish. But you know, you really have changed in the Grey Garrison. It's hard to describe, but you've become kinda... Anivia waves her hand, trying to find the word. More charismatic? More dangerous? I've a gut instinct about these things. If I didn't, I'd already be dead. You're dangerous, Commander, and by Desna, I hope you'll be dangerous to our enemies and not to us. Or to yourself. Alright, you watch yourself now. Anivia.
Beautiful.